What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubeverse? I am back. Don't worry, this is not my dirty glass. This is just the glass for the change-out tank. A 10-gallon. The actual glass is actually not too bad looking. But I have off today, and we're going to be cleaning it up. I'm going to be doing a 25 to about something like a 30% water change because the water's almost completely cleared out. And I got some good treated water right in here with some, not a sponsor of course, but Sea Chem Prime right here. But we're going to go ahead, get this cleaned up. I'm going to show you some step-by-step process about how I personally like to be changing out my tank waters when it's time to do a big water change kind of a deal. Normally, I usually do a lot of top-offs or slight changes, nothing more than like maybe 10% or something like that. But in any case, what I do like to do when the tank looks like that, it's not unhealthy right now anymore. It's actually cleared up a lot. But I want to get it the rest of the way. I want to be able to reintroduce some fresh tannins and stuff without making it too cloudy again, because I like to observe what's going on with my animals. I want to see the guppies growing and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that today. I'm going to do a change out for my buddy. I was about to say my guppy, but because we're talking about a fish. No, it's not a guppy I'm changing out for. Tremoga's going to go back in her tall 10, or like not 10, but her tall gallon sort of thing. It's like a 20 sort of like tall hexagonal sort of thing, 25 plus maybe. I don't know. I forgot. It's been years since I've had it. But I've been using it for growing those plants and stuff. So what I did is I just kind of took some of that stuff out and so on, rearranged some things. I'm going to put some of the fresh dirt that she has in her tank in with that thing, and we're going to have our nice tall terrarium again like she used to love, and hopefully she'll just be okay with that. She's getting old, and I find that she's not enjoying the 20 gallon as much as what would be. You'll see, I keep saying 10, but trust me, this right here, that's a 10. And I'm using that just for water changes. That's an old 10 gallon from years ago. So, anywho, let's get started with the video. First things first, get big scoops trying to clear out a bunch of duckweed, but do not splash your water from a high. Keep your containers you're going to dump your water into nice and close. And what you will do is you do a nice, slow, easy pour, very close to the bottom of whatever container you're dumping your old water in, because splashing is a thing, and you don't want to be splashing that all up in your face. That's not fun. Give it a nice scoop. Let that all kind of sink in. These plants, most of this is going to be coming back either into this tank or into the little like outdoor bucket thing I got. Now that it's warmed up and it's not icy anymore, I can go ahead and leave a 10 gallon out there to use as a grow tank as well. Let the natural rainwaters and stuff and the sun sort of help the plants. Alright, got a big old chunk of water off the top there. Another good thing to know, if you are changing out water, make sure that your heater remains at the water level where it's submerged properly, or turn it off if you're going to think you're going to be taking it lower than that, because they are meant to heat water. They are not meant to heat the air, so if they are stuck to heat air, it will burn out and crack and cause all sorts of problems to your tank, because leakage and electrical currents and all sorts of stuff is an issue if that to happen. So be careful with that. Make sure you turn your equipment off if it's going to go to a water level that goes below what the requirement is to make that piece of equipment work properly. Alright, so when you are pouring your water, make sure you do it nice and carefully. What I like to do normally is I'll take the back of my hand, let it kind of break off the top some. Because you can see how fast the water will come out in a bucket like this. It does not make it easy. I would say that nicely. And what I want to say is a pain in the butt, but of course I have more choice words from the word butt when it comes to that. But that's funny. Anywho, breaking the water apart lets the water not hit the bottom as much. For me, having a mixture of sand and substrate, if I just let this water pour straight in and just dump it with no care in the world, not only am I going to give my fish a little bit of a rock and roll and roller coaster ride, I'm also going to be messing up all that substrate I try to level properly. And I do have some plants planted very carefully, and those plants are going to get messed up and knocked all around, and I have to replant them. So you have to be careful, pour gently, and the back of the hand thing right here, that works really good to help with that. And as you can see right there, we are about at the level I'm usually at when I keep my water at about its max. You usually don't do big water top-offs unless you're doing I've seen people do that for like doing a video or showing like a picture of their tank or something, because it does look nice when the water's all the way at the top and everything's all nice and even. But on an average day when your fish are hanging out, you want a little bit of a gappage, you know. I keep like maybe about a gallon's worth or so for the size tank I got going on right here. And that helps them out, not jump out of the water, is what that do. Oh man, all those guppies grew up so big. Look at them going, man. Look at them going. Nice. Happy that they're going so good. Okay, so if y'all remember that bucket that was outside and stuff, I've been, immediately after I got done putting duckweed and stuff into it, this is a lot of duckweed I put aside immediately afterwards, but what's really going to be cool, I'm going to take this healthier looking duckweed, put it on the top of this tank here, refresh the other stuff, and I have that 10 gallon out that you were just looking at, that's going to have some of this extra duckweed. I'm not putting all of that's up in here, of course, but, you know, just watch. Yep, so what I'm talking about is actually this right in here. As you can see, we went from bucket to tank. And hopefully this will not get dumped on accident. It has more volume, so it won't really get rained out or anything. Because it will be heavier. What I will have to do is I will have to manually, sort of every once in a while, scoop some of the water out and make sure it doesn't get too full. But I'd much rather have this than that big old bucket. Oh, there's some duckweed up there. Let's get that down there. Come on now. Alright, I'm going to cut this. We're going to go back to the indoor tank, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like after I just messed everything around with it. One moment. As you remember, with not even just more recent videos, how dirty the tank would be when I'd mess stuff around, stuff would be kicked around and moving about. But now, as you can see, even when after just doing that and having the same lighting, you can see everything just about, all the way towards the back. Even that little Java fern trying to grow back there some. Little guppies are easier to spot. I'm liking how the water's clearing up. It's funny how a little snail invasion can cause so much hoopla. But because I also just transferred all that good stuff from the outdoor area into that, these guys up here are snipping at little like bugs and mosquito larvae, things like that. Even the ghost shrimps right there getting in on the fun. But that's another good thing, you know? It's a bit of a risk because I'm worried about like parasite things like that. But these guys, they need supplemental feeding. They need the fun stuffs. And I just thought I might have seen a little pregnant female guppy in there. So we might be having have more come in. And if that does happen, I definitely know a good store that will be happy to take them in. I know they'll find them good homes. But I'm not breeding to, you know, make money. I took baby guppies in. It was impossible to tell if they were male or female, and I just kind of let them grow in this tank. And I'm not going to sit here and, you know, be an evil dickhead and just be like, no, I don't want this. I'm just going to let it die or whatnot. Yeah, that is a pregnant lady. Oh my goodness, you're going to have babies soon, aren't you? Okay, well, we'll get to that when we cross that road then. The Summers. He's looking around. Well, the best you can. Hi, friend. You got your good eye. That seeing eye looking at us. Hopefully you find you some eats too, man. There's some like little mosquito larvae and stuff in there from outside. Go ahead and get you some. I walk in the room to go look at Jamocha and take care of her stuff, and I see Aria. And Aria jumping around, crawling around. This is the one with the broken wing. She can't fly. You crawled your way all the way up there, didn't you, friend? Yes, you did. I'm not going to try and scare you. I'm going to walk very carefully. Go ahead, take your time. Take your time. With birds, especially parakeets and stuff, you need to be very gentle, very caring, give them their own time, and be very patient, because they are fragile and very easy to scare. And I'm going to be doing this right here. This is a whole bunch of seeds and extra stuff, and this extra 10 gallon, I'm going to be dumping that as soon as the next big rain's coming in. And this friend right here, Cuban false chameleon Jamocha, we're going to give you a little change out. We're going to put you from this one here. It's a bit wider for her, and I thought she might like it more. But she does like her taller tank a bit better. So, like I said, I did take a lot of that plants and stuff that you guys have seen in the past in the middle out right here and everything. The dirt's very nice and moist. There is a family, a colony of isopod and springtail. So my plan is to kind of rearrange some things a bit, mess stuff around. Oh, that poor plant is not doing good. Ugh, I don't know what happened to that. You can do all you can for some, but not every plant's going to make it. Well, anywho, we're going to change that around and mess with things and make this her spot once again. This was her original tank, and I wanted to see if she'd like something new. And you know what? It's been a few months and so on. I don't think she liked that as much as she loved this. So we're going to change it up. And that's going to happen with a little bit of some hippie editing magic right here. Yep, we're done. Yeah, but the other clip's going to show the in-between to get all this set up. We still have a lot more of these little friends up in here and whatnot. A lot of isopods and things. This is going to be kind of just a extra tank now, in a sense. I'm going to get that dirt transferred to the other terrariums and stuff because hip fun fact. What you would like to do normally is every 6 to 8 months change out or add in some new isopods and springtails to keep the genetics nice and fresh. So this way you have nice, healthy, little healthy cleaners. Healthy cleaners. Yeah, I guess I said it that way. Okay. Nice and healthy cleaners that'll help you get through all the shed and poops and stuff that your animals leave behind because those things clean all that up for you. You don't have to really worry about that most of the time. Anywho, on to the next thing, I guess. This might be the end of the video. Let's find out. What's up, Viola? You trying to help too? Look at you. You jumped out. You gonna go back? What you doing over there, Sylvie? Your spot's over here. Alright. Well, you hang out. Sorry, piggies. You're gonna have a friend for a second. Step 1 for terrarium change out. Turn out the lights and all the heat because you don't want to burn your fingers trying to move stuff around. Hello, Dramoka. I told people I was doing hippie magic, but I'm actually doing stuff manually like I normally do. But after we do all this and I take my hand away, they're going to be very surprised. It looks like we did it with magic. Try and get this bamboo rescued. The roots, you can see, have so much good root system going. It's just they look like that because this little booger likes to try to climb them when she's too heavy. Oh my goodness, she got so mad I tried moving her. You're okay. Hey. It's okay. See? You're in a new spot. I know the birds are going crazy behind me, but that's not a problem for you. This is what they do when they're scared. Her mouth is a little agape. She's saying, hey, I'm gonna bite you. She got the little gizzard thing out to look bigger. She's not in a good mood right now. She wasn't happy I moved her. Those isopods running around, they're gonna be moved over too. They are part of her enclosure. See, still doing stuff, working. She's calmed down that we put her in her spot. And her colors are all dark like that because they get that dark color when they're stressed. When they're in a happy, good mood, they're that lightish gray.